DoW2, Median Cliff Mines. We have Imperium versus Orks. Blue team is Selune as the Space Marine Apothecary. Support hero, fights in melee but can get a ranged weapon, and in fact most people do upgrade him with the ranged weapon. Alongside Shade as the Imperial Guard Commissar Lord. Support / offensive hero, fights in melee. We have defense over on the red team as the Ork Warboss engages some scouts from range. Scouts have heavy cover. And SPOOKUMS as the Mekboy, not the toughest hero around, but can disrupt, can support, and can do some pretty good damage, and can teleport. We have Tactical Marines on the field for Selune, trying to focus down the Warboss from range. Defense has gone for dual shooters, as has SPOOKUMS. Will we see a Sentinel? We do, from Shade. He also has another Guardsman squad on the field, idling. Apothecary pulling back with his Marines and Scouts. Apothecary very easy to go down if he's forced. Should be focusing on the Apothecary. That was his heal. His heal is on cooldown now. Sluggers moving in. They are forced off. Scouts retreat also. Needs to tie up these shooters or he's going to take quite a lot of damage. Shooters pulling back, trying to find some cover maybe. Meanwhile we have Guardsmen. Might be able to take out the Mekboy here. SPOOKUMS goes down within the first couple of minutes of the game. We have a last turret down in the centre from Shade. Turret that is pretty good against infantry but does not suppress like other turrets. Looks like the Orks have been forced off for the most part. Defense has big shooters on one of his squads. SPOOKUMS has big shooters on neither. Early VP lead for blue team. VPs run north to south on this map, so that this one is natural for red, middle contested, and the south is natural for blue. Sniper rifles on Selune scouts means you can inflict constant attrition on a race like Orks, especially one shot death to most of their starting units. Apothecary is getting forced down. If the Warboss can get a couple of hits in on retreat, and the Apothecary goes down. Commissar Lord down to about half health. Engaging the Mekboy. He has his Daka big shooter. Sluggers trying to chase off the Commissar. We have a Sentinel and Imperial Guard and a turret. Very nasty to light infantry, and those shooter boys are forced off. Power wise we have 2 gens down here for blue and a node there, no node built on it though. 2 gens and a full farm for red team. Flamers on the scouts making short work of these gens. Here comes some sluggers though. We'll be able to finish off that gen. No. Another scout squad for Selune. Sniper spam perhaps, we'll see. Apothecary still down. Might be waiting for the Zeal so that he can use his revive ability. We have dual big shooters now for defense, also for SPOOKUMS. Resources wise pretty equal in terms of income. Slight advantage to the Orks. Here comes the Commissar Lord at south now, moving in. The Space Marines not backing him up. Here come the scouts. Get a couple of shots off. Could put down 2 models. Now they're in retreat, won't be able to. Full retreat from the Orks on the south. Meanwhile, north, SPOOKUMS moving in on this natural power, completely taken out, and they can decap to 2 VPs to 1 for blue team, and they have a 100 or so VP lead. Commissar Lord levels up after reviving the Apothecary, who now tries to decap red's full natural power farm. But here comes the Warboss again. Has his boss pole, buffing all of his boys. Apothecary forced off. We have triple sniper scouts now. It's a lot of power expended. Needs to be careful they don't get focused down from these shooters. See how fast they're losing health here. Especially as the Apothecary is not around. The Apothecary of course has a passive health regeneration buff to nearby units. One scout squad is forced off, the other three can decimate these shooters, almost going down to one model, but they do get away. Warboss has forced off the attacks and the scouts will find it hard to stay in the fight. Sluggers decimated again, forced off with one model remaining. Meanwhile north is still red. Commissar Lord puts his shield up, an ability he begins the game with. Forces off some sluggers. Sentinel and Guardsman trying to retake this power. Tier 2 for everyone but Selune, as you'd expect, since he has quadruple scout snipers. He is back at base healing up. Warboss is retaking Blue's natural, but the Commissar Lord is doing the same to their natural, so the Blues will still have this VP advantage going into tier 2. Commissar Lord almost going down from that dual double big shoot of fire. Sentinel uses his stun, disabling all ranged weapons on those shooters, and then gets the hell out of there. Quadruple scout snipers setting up, decimating these shooters. They are forced off. This other squad won't last long. Tactical Marines moving into melee there, I think. Down to 350 health. Of course we had the slight health nerf of Tactical Marines in the latest patch, so they'll need a bit more support now going into engagements like this. Orks, can they take out this Sentinel down to 61 HP? Will they risk going for... No. Here comes the Commissar Lord, losing tons of health, has his stubbornness accessory. And we have a Chimera on the field, always a great choice for Imperial Guard, as it means you can quickly hide your guardsmen inside it to escape nasty AoE stuff. And since they reinforce so quickly and so cheaply, makes him even harder to kill. We have a fully upgraded guardsman squad here, 12 members with the Commissar and Sergeant. No weapon upgrade though. We have a 5th sniper scout squad from Selune. Still in tier 1, we have a weird boy on the field. Needs to be careful with 5 snipers targeting him. It's the Ork Psyche unit, has an artillery attack as you see. Can also damage and disrupt his abilities. There's the Warp Vomit. Needs to be very careful. Another round of shots would make it dangerously low. It's going to go down, I think. It does. And here we see it explode on death, depending on how much energy it had when it died. But nothing is affected. Sloppy from defense, I think. He's down to just 2 shooter boys. Stubbornness boosting the regen of this Commissar Lord when infantry is nearby. The Chimera goes down to these tank busters. Shade must have not been paying attention up there. Guardsmen losing members like crazy. All 3 guardsmen squad fully upgraded with Commissars. They are. Makes them much more survivable since the squad leaders always die last on guardsman squads. We have the Slugger Boys with their Nob Leader and Burners, recently buffed of course with a speed buff and a health buff associated with the Nob Leader. Selune, as you'd expect, doing a great job with unit preservation with the Apothecary. Apothecary is getting forced down now though with dual shooters. We also have stick bombers throwing their stick bombs into the scout block. Apothecary did go down. He has enough zeal to revive himself, but perhaps we'll just wait for Shade. Shade replacing the Chimera he lost. Tank busters north. Defense making do with just 2 units right now, floating quite a lot of resources. Commissar Lord goes down to sluggers. This speed buff, very, very dangerous to retreating units. Sluggers are 1 member short though. Looks like they're going to go and capture this top VP. Reds really needed, down to 60 to 484. Blues with a double cap. These snipers are insane, totally wiping a shooter boy squad with 1 volley. Would have done it so again if they weren't retreating. Here comes the Warboss, levels up, level 3 now, no more war gear apart from the boss pole. Mekboy is dead at his own base. Reds have a triple cap now. Warboss goes down, and we have a death tread on the field, which the scout snipers will be able to do nothing against. Of course, burners and bits immediately purchased, giving it a healthy 1050 hit points of vehicle armor. Death tread moving in on these scouts. Their sniper guns will do barely anything against it. You see that immense AoE attack with fantastic range. Lucky not to lose more members there. Commissar Lord forced off the centre. Tank busters use their barrage and take out the Chimera in 1 volley. Here come these big mean sluggers with their knob on these guardsmen. Shade must have not have noticed. Here we see Swampum being used, reducing the range damage they take and breaking suppression. Ouch, the knob leader went down. Should get those sluggers the hell out of there. Pretty unlucky, I think, for Spookums. Death tread marching around now, moving into these tactical marines, trying to tie them up. Shooter boys have their knob leader, increasing their DPS and making her a bit more survivable. 41 VPs plays 414, 1 VP each. Top. Looks like the Orks are going to take it back. Can they mount a comeback here? Selune going top with all of his scouts, since he cannot do much against this Death Dread. Selune finally goes tier 2. Spookums is tier 3, getting a looted tank. Commissar Lord goes up against the Death Dread, forced off, getting his bionic eye. Sniper scouts taking pot shots into Spookums' base. Slugger boys have their knob leader back. Here comes to Death Dread. Scouts pretty lucky not to lose more members. I think they lost a couple, was it? Yes. Mass retreat from these scouts. Here comes Shade to the center to retake. Triple cap for red team. Shooter boys pressuring their natural power at south. We have dual Death Dreads on the field for defense with their burners of bits. These scout snipers suddenly do not look very useful, and we have a war truck on the way for defense. Looted tank is on the field in center. Blue team really needs some vehicle counters. We have a heavy weapon squad which has the las cannon and is taking shots at this looted tank. I'm not sure if Spookums has spotted where it is. We have a flare going off from the Commissar Lord. Sluggers with their knob leader move in on the Commissar Lord but are forced off. Scout snipers decide not to chase this time. Guardsmen coming top to cap. Red team have a double cap. Blues will take center though. Looks like they'll take top too. Maybe not. Here comes the little tank. One member goes down. Has a slight AoE on its main cannon. As you see there, there's the big boom shot. Decimating the squad. Might be wiped here. Very lucky to have that many members with 79 hit points. They are not able to finish the cap. We have the war truck and double death dread chasing these missile scouts. Crap load of scout snipers and a las cannon in there somewhere. Death dread using its special ability, as you can see by the lightning signs, beasting its speed. Tactical Marines get away with one member. Lucky they weren't attacked on retreat there. Here's Angels of Death from the Apothecary. All infantry are invulnerable and can retreat in peace. Where is the Mekboy? Mekboy is still down at his base. Selune is down near his base. War truck is gonna go down here, I think. No, the las cannon is tied up. Death Dreads rather are having lots of fun in base, taking guardsmen out like crazy. Las cannon did go down. 1 VP each. Reds, are they going to take top? Looks like these sluggers can take it, or the shooters even. Reds have south, blue have mid. Looks like the reds can mount a comeback. Blues have no answer to all of these vehicles red team have on the field. 5 sniper squads is a huge risk for this reason. Now he has loads of upkeep and cannot get vehicle counters on the field. He has dual tacks with missile launchers, which will help, especially if they can target this Death Dread down to 289. This war truck down to 2 hit points, needs to get the hell back to base and some sluggers repairing it. Scout snipers are stealthed. Death Dread cannot see them. Warboss moving out of base, needs to be careful. Doesn't know where these snipers are. Just scouting out the base. Giving line of sight to these tactical marines perhaps to take pot shots at these Death Dreads. Tier 3 for GADefence. Here we go. One more shot and that Death Dread is down to 2 hit points, and there it goes. War truck down to 2 hit points. He's getting a slugger squad, I think he is. Start repairing. Warboss up to level 4 now, no more war gear apart from that boss pole. More looted tanks on the way for both Ork players. Mekboy will get away, I think. Yes, has his electric armor. War truck's in trouble. Here we have Orks. Those scouts are gonna get decimated in retreat. Oh, that was nasty to Selune. Lost 4 scout squads. Las cannons set up on this power farm. Selune absolutely decimated his army there. They have the 2 VPs to 1. Reds need to decap middle, and they do. Burners and bits. Death Dread moving in on his guardsmen will tear them to shreds. Needs to target the las cannon. Las cannon not getting out of there. Now in retreat. Take tons of damage from melee attacks. Looks like he has the speed to get away though. Selune now has triple tactical marines with missile launchers. So this Death Dread is in pretty big trouble. Looted tank coming out for defense. SPOOKUMS has 2 looted tanks holding center. Top is red, sluggers hanging around. So the action is south for now. Big boom shot knocking back all these tactical marines. Not doing loads of damage though. Commissar Lord getting his power fist. So he'll be pretty nasty to vehicles, especially if he can get rear armors. Might go down in retreat though, he does. Warboss got the last hit I think. Tons of scouts died. We have a Manticore strike coming in. Might take out this tank. It would have if all of the rockets targeted it. Las cannon might finish it though. One more hit. Is it? There it is. One looted tank down from Spookums. Tons of stuff died here. Guardsmen, I think. Selune down to just 2 squads of tactical marines. Blue team are going to have a huge trouble trying to counter these vehicles. Red team did the right thing. Counter snipers with vehicles. 185 plays 12. 2 VPs to 1 for red. Can they get a triple cap at bottom? Manticore strike. Tank loses tons of health. Down to 235. Here come some tactical marines with rocket launchers, missile launchers even. Mekboy preparing one of his tanks. Oh, his only tank now that the las cannon took it out, and Apothecary goes down trying to revive the Commissar Lord, uses his Lariman's blessing to revive himself. Shade had already repurchased though, so that was wasted somewhat. Warboss now has his devastating power claw. Will be very bad news to these tactical marines if he can get into range. Death Tread goes down. Was pretty high level, I think. It's not over. GADefence has lost everything apart from Shooter Boys and Sluggers. Shooter Boys level 4. Meanwhile, center we have tank busters scaring off some guardsmen. Commissar Lord engaging sluggers with their shooters, sorry. The knob leader goes down.
Greenskins are taking a victory point from us.
He can now cap center perhaps. Tank will have something to say about it. Should be able to decap at least.
No respite, no mercy.
Upgraded sluggers taking south. Red team will have a 220 cap.
We shall make it so.
And I think they've done enough to take this. We will see. We have a knob squad on the field for defense. Powerful melee unit. Also get in their hammers. Make them even more scary. Manticore on the way for Shade. Looks like he lost his last one. Sluggers pop swamp them to get into range of these guys and fully upgraded with plasma guns. Forced off. They need to be very careful now. Get the hell out of there. There they go. Dual looted tanks holding center. Selune trying to retake Blue's natural, but we have sluggers with user choppers. Very nasty to these tactical marines who are upgraded with sergeants, but still cannot stand against sluggers upgraded like that with user choppers pops. Assault marines on the field for Selune. Great synergy with the Apothecary, of course, though he decided to go mass snipers this time, which doesn't seem like it has paid off. In fact, Selune calls GG. Warboss whacking this power gen with his claw. Center, the tanks took a ton of damage from these las cannon, I think. Commissar Lord now moving in to melee this tank, maybe to take it out. I think he will. One more hit, there it goes. But I think he's going to die, and he does. Red team are going to take this, a close game in the end, and they take it. Scout snipers did not pay off. Victory for Red team. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.